Welcome back, Note Takers. This is Noah Aaron with the Honor Roll Note podcast.
This is Aiden. I do not make adult content. And my husband does not watch it either.
Yet.
No, never.
Never.
You know what? Shout out to them girls, 'cause I don't have the range.
Right? It's hard enough to play the social media game, but also I gotta take arch pics and shit too. That's a lot of
I
work.
saw what Cassie Howard was going through on that little show, so.
Oh Lord. Well, you know,
she
I
barely
hope,
got any work ethic.
I hope none of these girls make that kind of content, but
I mean, we don't even know what kind of content they make, because
that's true.
obviously TLC is not showing that, but
right.
I think that segues us interestingly to what we're talking about.
Right. When I would have went and subscribed to their blue pages to get, some more information for the show, but I'm sure with this premiering last night, they probably done jacked up their prices. I'm not gonna pay that. I'm just saying.
I'm sure they're like, okay, premiere day, subscribers going up. I can
Right.
promote my shit.
I think we going.
Which has me wondering: is TLC taking a cut, or
is it like
are they going
Bravo
to their own
contract?
platforms now?
Does the Bethany clause apply here?
Nah, that's what I'm really wondering.
I mean,
although I will say, for a show about adult content creators, they're very explicitly not saying OnlyFans. They're saying adult content, which I'm sure is the legalese of it all.
Maybe some of them are on Just for Fans. I don't know.
That's true. There's probably a mix of content sites. And I'm sure with these, with the notoriety they're getting from this show, they'll probably get offers from like other websites to be exclusive on there. Like when you see a random streamer on Kick, it's like, oh, you're there for a check.
Not the exclusivity deal. I'd get that. I'd be shook if somebody wanted to offer me an exclusivity deal. Be like, oh, can you just show your privates here?
I mean, isn't that how some of them sites work?
I would be bragging about it like that Alex Cooper brags about the deal she got with Spotify for her podcast. I'd be like, yep. OnlyFans gave me $1 million to only post whole here.
Well, sometimes the readers like authenticity. The listeners, the ad viewers, whoever.
A little exclusivity deal.
Which, they say on the show, a lot of these castmates say their authenticity and the, non-produced look and feel of their content is why they succeed.
Right. That's saying people like that amateurs. But these women are anything but amateur. But yes, today we are talking about the series premiere for TLC's latest show, The Learning Channel. The double.
No, they don't go. It's just TLC now.
The Double Lives of Suburban Wives. And honey, these women, they are, what did Tamar Brack say? They are mothers, they are entrepreneurs, they are business women, they are sisters and wives, and they are also teachers and church girls. Ooh. But they are also adult content creators.
And you know what? For the most part, they're actual friends too, which a good TV show does make.
Yes. Yeah. I always appreciate the pre-existing dynamic. I'm like, oh, okay, these are just some random OnlyFans girls in St. Louis y'all got together. There's actually a friend group here. There's actually dynamics. There's beef going in.
Yeah. No, there's a little bit within the group, and obviously you have the not tired, because I enjoy it, but the tried and tested reality TV trope of like the out of, grasp newbie who's in the group, doesn't really know anybody. Mm-hmm. They might get hazed a little bit, which I feel like is a standard across these kind of shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're certainly following the standard. Oh, you go.
I was going to say, and we even kind of have like seemingly kind of the leader of the group right now, and a little bit of the narrator of the show to a certain degree.
Yeah, and then they do establish they were known as kind of the MILF Squad as a social media group, which is kind of like another version of one of these social media friend group, mom talk situations, hashtags, turning into a reality show.
Will MILF Squad survive this? I hope somebody drops that this season.
I hope that too, because it sounds a little better than Mom Talk.
Yeah.
But obviously, Mom Talk has Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Nanny Talk had $1 Million Nannies over on Hulu.
Yeah.
TLC said, let's mix it up a little bit.
Right.
And now MILF Squad has the Double Lives of Suburban Wives, which I'm into. The moment I saw this advertisement, I was like, very fitting for TLC. But I immediately turned to know, like, we are watching this.
That's how
I would have watched anyway.
I honestly couldn't remember if you suggested this or I suggested covering this, but either way,
Right?
the moment I saw like the promotional poster, I was like, oh
Oh yeah,
yes.
no, and it's one of those shows where we both know that the other's gonna agree. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is our
Like
brand."
absolutely. Like it would feel wrong if we weren't covering this.
Right? Especially because we haven't covered Milk Manor yet. No, we did cover Milk Manor. Did we cover Milk Manor?
No,
It's been too long.
I didn't watch. That one was a little much for me. I was like, you know what? The incestuous vibes, it's a little much for me. I don't know about this.
Well,
But
we got kind of close.
I mean
Milk Squad.
I mean
Which I'm surprised that it's kind of giving House. I knew it would give Housewives in the setup, but
yeah.
they're just all up with their kids, filming with their kids, regular ass scenes. I'm like, oh, we are embracing it.
Right. And honestly, even though like I think a lot of people were immediately like kind of like clocking this as a ripoff of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it it kind of felt more like an early like 2000s Housewives show with the added content of the adult content. But it felt more like early Housewives than that show to me.
Very much. There's very organic feel to it. Obviously, not everyone's in glam. They're in their regular houses where you can see the air fryer on the counter. So it's not like a rented house just for filming. They're not
Right.
in over the top glam in their confessionals. You know, they're in like a nice
Mhm.
low top. Like they're going out to the Olive Garden. Like it's very suburban. It's very regular, but it's almost nice to see because with
Yeah.
how much Housewives people put on and go into debt and
Yeah.
be broke, talking about they're the standard. And I'm
Right.
talking about you with the waffle joint, Kelly. But it's nice
But
to see
yeah.
them not having to put on airs. But I'm sure they have a cute little coin, you know, coming in
Yeah.
from the OnlyFans from the show. And the show takes place in St. Louis, Missouri, but they're not very open about this. Not like, oh, we're the St. Louis baddies. It's kind of just like
Right.
you have to Google that to find it out. But I'm
Right.
sure the cost of living there is not insane like it is in New York.
Right. Well, it's definitely you can definitely tell in comparison to Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the location doesn't necessarily matter as much to like what we've got going on here.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just feel with them, they still have like the Utah of it all because Utah is having a moment. So
Yeah,
like
for
Jersey of the
sure. Well, and
2010s.
these girls kind of like have the religious aspect. Like they don't really specify what exactly their like what denomination or what. Or like they don't really
Yeah.
specify too much. Like all we really kind of know is like okay, these girls, most of them seem to like go to church and be like, oh, I love
Yes.
Jesus. But it's not. I feel like I feel like with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it's the Mormonism that's kind of part of the polarization because
Hmm.
Mormonism is kind of a very polarizing religion in general. Um, while with these girls, I feel like it's less about like the specific religious beliefs they have or the religion that they're kind of a part of, and more of like they're religious and they're doing this.
Yeah. No, for sure. There's definitely a bit of like a fundy homeschooled horse girl
Yeah.
energy to some of the cast, I think, which I kind of love. I'm into it.
Are
I
you
feel like
talking
we
about
don't get a lot of that
glasses?
archetype.
Are you talking about glasses?
A little bit. I'm talking about Megan Macy. And, I feel like Emily, if we get to know her a little more, she could be giving that. I can see Tammy with a little horse. I know Tammy loves her cats, but
Yeah.
an eclectic cast, which I think is interesting, which is fun. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, as far as kind of like how the show opens, it kind of opens with like Tammy putting on kind of like a little family fun day picnic in the park type things with the other cast members and their, husbands and children. And we kind of start to gradually get introduced. I feel like they're kind of more brief mini introductions before like throughout the episode we'll kind of not and we don't even get really fully introduced to all of them. Like we kind of get these little brief introductions and then in the first episode there's I think four of them that we kind of dive a little bit more into. And there's a few more that we're not gonna apparently I don't think gonna learn more about until next week when episode 2 airs.
yeah. We know that Emily's new to the group and that Heather is a corporate baddie.
Right?
Which with the
Uh,
5 little seconds of screen time we get with Heather, I'm like, oh, she looks like she could lay a bitch off. Like I see
right.
it in her eyes. So
Yeah. I agree, I agree. I could see her doing a little something.
right, but if she keeping a corporate job with this, I
I
mean, sex toy companies still have CEOs, so
that's true.
you know,
I mean, I feel like 'cause I mean, we'll talk about the teaching duo and how they lost their jobs, but, I feel like I feel like you could maybe it's not as much of a thing with teaching where I feel like if you're a teacher, like, obviously, yeah, you're gonna get fucking fired
oh
doing
yeah,
this.
I don't know, but
But
jobs can easily throw in a morality clause if they feel like it. I don't know.
right.
I feel like if you were busting it open, I don't know. I thought your manager would be like, oh,
Oh, no, no, definitely, like, I mean, I know for me, well, especially considering I think maybe if I lived somewhere else, that wouldn't be a big of a thing, but, like, I live in a small conservative town. If any of my clients saw me online go do a like, wilding out like that, like, I would lose my job, absolutely.
not them showing your boss some pictures.
Th
That's
this show right
crazy.
here is pushing it, so definitely.
Retweet. But yeah, no, I was not surprised to hear that a lot of them, this was what they were doing independently. I expected to see, maybe an entrepreneur or two, but I was interested in like, how they got to the point, which is kind of how they set it up in the beginning of the
Yeah,
show. Almost like you did not see a bunch of trailers and advertisements for it, which
yeah,
I think does make sense when I thought about it. Like, okay, it's TLC. There's
yeah,
probably a lot of people who just leave their TV on that. So you got
right.
to build up some suspense. So
Well, especially because I think this premiered, like, right after, like, one of those 90 Day Fiancé shows ended, so I'm sure a lot of people just
gotcha.
ended their 90-day show and came into this like, "What the hell?"
That's a good lead in because I know that's one of their more popular franchises.
Mhm.
And I will say, from the first episode, this is definitely something I can see becoming a series.
Yeah,
Only the premiere drops, only one episode is out. I think season 1 has 6 episodes. So,
I believe so, yeah.
you'll have 5 more weeks of fun with our 6 lady.
Right. I'll think one, you kind of mentioned and that's kind of something I wanna get into because you mentioned that kind of how they frame, like, the deeper dives into each of the women that we get to learn more about this episode does kind of involve a lot of, like, "Hey, this is, like, why I started doing content creation." Um, and what I found interesting about this show is that because yeah, I feel like we're in an age now where sex work, and especially, like, online sex work, I think has become so much more normalized. Um and not as much of, like, this taboo thing that I feel like a lot of times when you hear people talk about doing it, it's very much of like, "Oh, I'm feeling empowered, and I'm doing it to be empowered or
Uh-huh.
because I can," or yada, yada. And I feel like this was a little bit different because these women basically all explained that they did it out of, like, financial desperation. Like, a situation where they lost their job or their husband lost his job, and the family couldn't survive on the income that they had, and so, I mean, that's what I found kind of like, wow, I'm like, "Oh, okay, we're just laying all that out there."
Right, which I wasn't surprised. I figured it'd be a thing of like, we were just trying something and,
Yeah,
we caught go, we got some money. I thought at least like one of them would have been like a stripper or something or doing something before, but no, I think the
right.
premise really
Yeah,
does ring true. Like, these are just some suburban wives who maybe a little bit freaky, maybe we're already swingers. That's what
yeah.
the Reddit T says. They're, kind of known in the swinger community.
I
I don't
mean,
know if that was before or after, but
I definitely closer to the end of the episode when they have, like, the barn party, it definitely felt like I kinda got the vibe where I'm like, "If the camera crew wasn't here, I don't know."
oh, you don't know what it was going
Well
to turn into?
well, Miss
You think there was
Tammy
some upside
was
down pineapples going around?
Miss Tammy was already at the beginning talking about the attractiveness of certain husbands of other
Oh
women, so
yeah, Brianna's husband Paul.
yeah. So,
So
I
we know he does
mean
content too. So note takers, if you're curious, look it up and report back to us.
yeah, yeah, I think we
Or
don't wanna pay I
subscribe.
think we don't really wanna pay to do the research, but if y'all wanna do that for us,
Right?
but I actually I do wanna after this go look up these people now just so I can see, like, how much they're charging because I actually am kinda curious. I'm like, "How much do y'all charge?"
Right? And with Tammy, because her stage name is what? Nikki Swings? It's something Swings
It was something
with a
swings. Yeah,
Z.
Erica
Erica
swings.
Swings with a Z. And I'm like, are you swinging? Are you swinging around the content? Is it one of those slings where you're just like,
Not the aerial show.
like candy? Like candy? Is it
Okay,
like,
not
a swing
candy
hanging from your
coated.
thing?
Not
Is it
everyone wants a
just,
dildo up their ass candy.
I just want to know how swings became part of the brand. That's truly what I want to know.
Right, right. Well, I'm sure there are leaks out there if we're that curious, but
Well, I don't know if I want to see that.
then again,
But they
though, that
all do seem to have like a little shtick or brand to them.
mhm.
Obviously, she's Nikki Swings. Macy goes by the church girl. So she really
Church
leans into
girl
that
don't
with
hurt
her shtick.
nobody. The church girl thing is crazy to me.
Right? Megan has a little bit of a god dad bitch kind of vibe, which she
Yeah,
doesn't get a lot of it intro this episode either, really. But
yeah.
you
But
know,
she's gonna be important. I can just tell.
right? Oh no, for sure. When she walked in, they gave her kind of like a villain-ish music, like she was supposed to be Nene Leakes or something. I'm like,
Nene Leakes walking
oh,
into the
y'all are building
project.
her up to be something. But
But I can't. That thing
so a
and
lot of them do
definitely.
have stage names,
Yeah.
little pseudonyms, if you will. And I was surprised by the strange amount of like how much the husbands were like into it, or like they pushed for it,
Right.
or like were the main proponents of it. Was it
Right.
Macy's husband? I was just like, oh, I just posted the photos online. It got great results.
Yeah. No. And I think her husband also was like, "Oh, this one's cringe. I'm taking it down."
He was smiling while looking at them. I was like,
Wow. I think he was doing quality control. He was doing quality control. What sends me is I'm like, damn, like it's not even like like her subscribers or whatever that are chatting in the DMs. Little do they know they're chatting with her husband.
right? I think that's Tammy too. Her husband was very into it.
Yeah, it seems like I mean none of the husbands seem to have any like reservations about it. Now,
Yeah.
granted, who knows? They might feel differently off
We still have a
camera.
lot to meet, but from the ones we've met extensively,
Yeah,
Tammy and her husband, I believe his name is Drew.
yeah,
He seems into it. He does quality control. Macy and her husband,
yeah,
he's very into it.
yeah.
Brianna
He's
and
a
her
man.
husband Paul, he participates on. They do stuff together. He had his own account, so
Yeah.
they're both doing things. We're not fully sure about Megan, Heather, and Emily. We don't really meet a lot of them. I think Emily might even be single. I don't know if she has a partner.
She might be.
Yeah,
I
Megan, I
think,
think
yeah, I
has a
think I think
partner.
Emily was the one that there was somebody I think they mentioned at some point was a single mom.
Yeah. So that could
But
potentially be her, but yeah. So we'll find out how the rest of the partners, families, etc., interact and learn about it. But for the most part, these husbands are going. They like it. But I was very concerned with Tammy. He's like, "Yeah, I posted pictures one day. Like, wow, great reaction." He's like, "Up her ass," and I was like, "Where?"
right, yeah,
That's what
that
I
was
want to know. Is it some kind of Facebook group? Was it on Reddit, Twitter threads? I was just very like, "Where
yeah.
are you digitally pimping your wife out?"
That part definitely gagged me a little bit when they were kinda going into Tammy's origin story. Let's just talk about Tammy. When they were kinda going to
Yeah,
her origin story and, like, they showed the picture, yeah, and it was, like, of her ass and some panties, bent over, and, like, yeah, that's, like, with my thing, I was like the way they kind of introduced him, like, "Oh, well, he just posted it to get reactions and show her, like, how sexy she is or whatever." I was like, "What is this?" Like,
right. No, the setup of that was just like, oh.
yeah, and I'm
Well, it's
like,
kind of like a reverse Housewives where we've already seen the transition of the wife becoming the bread maker before the show, and now
right,
they're gonna have the show on top of it. Which, granted, TLC, I mean, the 90 Day Fiance people seem like they're living, so
right.
The TLC checks seem like they get good after a few seasons. So
What I mean, like with anything, like what you're really doing it for is the platform to be able to get all those brand deals because you can
right,
only imagine. I mean, these girls, I'm sure we're already getting like deals before with, but like
yeah,
now that they're also on television and they're getting all this attention, like I can only
yeah,
imagine the offers they're going to be getting.
right. And it's not like they have to spin up a business like a Real Housewife. They have a
They already got
subscription
it.
service kind of built in.
The
So
show is their business.
yeah, no, literally. So it's kind of just like pure scale, and I'm sure they can leverage this for like
Yeah.
meet and greets and stuff at conventions because I know they be having them adult little swinger conventions and stuff. I'm sure they have no table at that. Like we run the show.
Right. Well, and the thing is too, it's like if this show were to like end up being a one season wonder, like if it were to like air, get canceled, like never, these women are never on television again. Like the boost they're getting right now, worth it.
Yeah, probably enough.
They're gonna be
But I
good.
don't know. I feel like TLC tends to have sleeper hit shows. We'll see what happens with this one. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like they really like their shows to go viral to kind of build entire franchises out of. But
Right.
I also bet they have other unknown shows that go on quietly for 6 seasons. So
That's
I
true.
don't
I
know.
well,
They
because
will probably
I
see
was
the debut of this,
I
but
was
I was
telling you I can't
surprised it was
remember their
only six
names, but I'm
episodes.
I'm always seeing that couple in their wheelchairs fighting and arguing about something.
I do always see them arguing. I kind of want to tune in
She,
now.
she always thinks he's cheating.
I mean, he and that trainer were getting along. They built some
Dirty,
rapport. They
dirty
built some
love.
rapport.
That clip sent me.
I don't know. We might have to enter our TLC already.
Yeah. You know what? And the thing with TLC is I think the thing with TLC is that like the content it can be a little pearl clutchy, but I think once you realize that these people are very like it's kind of like that meme of like, oh no, she's happy to look a mess. These people are happy to be exploited. These people are very happy to be exploited.
Yeah. My thing with TLC is that it's a little like you have to suspend a little reality, which you already
Yeah.
have to do with reality television show.
Yeah.
But if you're used to something like the Bravo universe, you might have to suspend your reality a little bit more.
Yeah. Well,
it can be very manufactured and put on sometimes, like when
yeah.
things
Well,
happen.
TLC is definitely it's a lot more wacky and silly and
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And I think the cast members probably have a lower average SAT score. Not that we have some geniuses over on Bravo, but believe me. If we have to guess statistically, if we collect all that data. And,
Well, I think that's just the thing. Is like TLC, it's just more of like, and I hate to say this because it's mean that I don't see these people this way, but like TLC kind of is a little bit of more of like the circus freak show type network. Like,
it's not supposed to be aspirational like Bravo. It's supposed to be more toned like this is Anywhereville, USA.
right. And we're just taking these people that are like other or different for some reason, and we're just going to put them all on display.
No, literally. I mean, that's part of it. My traditions is kind of like the fascination aspect of it, the
Right.
curiosity, the subculture part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like we're too mainstream corporate gay coded to ever be on TLC.
Yeah, no, I can never imagine willingly like agreeing to be on a TLC show.
My niggas, I don't want to do it, but they'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, and I mean,
Is
clearly
it
other people
pretentious to
don't
say I'm
because
too smart for TLC?
you can see in that gym scene, every single face in the background was blurred. Not one of those people signed the release to appear on this shit.
Right? But there were a few macro moments that occurred in this one episode that I was like, The first was when they were like randomly being filmed, like when they were out, which was Macy and
Tammy.
I was like, what's the main girl's name? Tammy. Tammy with an E. She throws an E in there. And they have like somebody like these two men just kind of like sneakily like looking at them, recording them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, are you guys like just notorious and known in your neighborhood? Are they talking about you on next door in the little Facebook groups?
Not next.
Or was it set up by the producers? Because that one looked to me a little bit set up.
I think so, yeah. Because I mean, it's like I think I understand that some people that are like these top adult content creators, just like really any social media like content creator, like it's possible that like once you get big enough on a certain platform, like there's the potential you could be recognized in public.
That's true. Even in your small town, someone was walking up to you talking about, no, I saw you on TikTok.
They saw me on TikTok, and I've
and I heard you rolled up your window like Celine.
I was more so I was looking around like Abby Lee Miller thinking like, oh god, like who's like
you got your city bike and darted away
because I talk a lot of shit. Well, and like sometimes and like definitely sometimes like when I've been out in the WeHo, when I've been out in the WeHo, sometimes I'll see people. I'll be like, oh wait, I've seen that gay on Instagram.
Right. In New York, that's an everyday occurrence.
Right.
In and outside the gay bars.
Oh, okay, gay bars in the New York But yeah, so I mean, I think it's possible, but also these women are kind of like the way they're presented, at least in the show, is that like they've gained enough traction to like be earning some money from this, but they're not necessarily. I guess like it's still small enough for them that they're able to like seemingly hide it from like their families and their community and whatnot. So I think it was probably a production like setup.
Right. Or like the only other thing I could think is that like people see a camera crew and they're like, oh, what's going on here? Right, St. Louis isn't one of those towns where it's always like, oh, production here, production here, production here.
Right.
So maybe they were just taking pictures of like, oh, the camera crew and the vibe in general. And they were just like, oh, let's turn this into a moment.
I couldn't tell you anything about St. Louis. If you say St. Louis, the only thing I think about is Nicki Minaj, St. Louis.
They have an arch.
Okay,
they have
arch.
custard. I went when I was 18 for a case competition for my school.
Period.
The nerdiest trip ever to probably say. It was cute. I think I saw the hotel and an arch and a few restaurants, but
okay, well, maybe that was enough.
I know Tasha from Survivors that lives there and owns a Popeyes. No, a Chick-fil-A now.
Okay. Okay, Chick-fil-A. Okay, homophobic chicken. We love it.
Well, you know what got her to the bag with her Survivor money.
But But yeah, I could see that though. I didn't think about that before, but now you mentioned I could see it where like these guys just like saw a camera crew like, oh, let's film. Let's record, let's take
Like,
pictures.
what's this? What's going on? Because like
Yeah,
honestly, even if I see a crew now in New York, I'm like, oh, what are they filming? Probably won't record
right.
it. I'll probably look for the little because they have little orange notices of like, oh, this is the project name that's filming right now, like the permit.
Right.
But I
Well,
would
like,
be
yeah.
I'm nosy.
Well, thing, yeah, no, I think if you see a film crew, or even if you see just like not even a full fledged like film crew, if you just see like content creators out in public with like the ring light and shit, making
Right.
something on their iPhone, you're like, oh, what's going on here? What are you doing?
Right. That's why I am so impressed and you know love that some creators do that shit in public because I'd be terrified.
I
Because the
would,
moment a
yeah,
bitch looks at me, I'm like, what are you looking at? And I feel like it's just going to throw off my energy.
right. The other, you know, I can't imagine doing what we do like in a public space,
Right. Yapping about Joe Jonas and his hairline.
right? Talking shit about Joe Jonas, talking about Lindsay Lohan and her leaked sex list. You know, like real grade A journalism.
Well, I mean, we're as much about a journalist as Portia from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So,
Well, we're just Portia and Nene. We have our own show.
well, we do have our own show. And another moment on this show that I was like, is that a production moment? Was it a kind of a mess? Was the exact ending of the episode where we have the core four of MILF Talk, well, minus Megan, so
No.
kind of like the trio within this show, which will probably be the main click of the show between
The reluctant
Tammy.
Destiny's Child.
The Destiny's Child is insane. But just of Tammy, of Macy, and of Brianna. So yeah, they're in the gym just chilling and filming, and obviously, they have the camera crew set up and whatever. At
Yeah,
first, you're like, okay, normal gym scene. Obviously, people are there in the background. They didn't rent out the gym.
yeah,
So, but it's just a regular recording. They go over to the treadmills. People, just like the other scene, people are like recording them, looking at that. But at this point, they're kind of used to it, and I'm sure it's also like, okay, camera crews in the gym.
yeah.
You see producer Bob,
We
little
have
producers
run it.
hauling ass over there, and their little black hoodies and their little microphones and the headsets. And you see the girls are like, what's going on? What's going on?
Why are we
Like, oh,
bringing
we
the
gotta
fourth wall?
go. They Google who Brianna is. They want no part of this now.
That's
Which I
so
was
fun.
like, damn. So they get kicked out
What?
the gym. They have to end the scene right there. They have to break the fourth wall, essentially. They're like, nah, we gotta go.
Yeah, the producer's like, yeah, no, we're leaving.
Which I think is a great ending to a first episode.
It
I don't
is.
know. It was not as crazy as Taylor getting arrested on the premiere of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but
Mhm. Well, I think it fits into kind of the narratives that we're seeing being spun already, because like a lot of these women have expressed that like they're scared of like the consequences going more public with this and the judgments from people. And I'm like, and what better way to show that than being like, oh, we're being invited to leave a public place.
exactly. Which also has me thinking beyond the fourth wall. Did the production set this up? Or did it
I
really just like
mean,
the gym just rescinded privileges? Because the story is like, oh, they Googled Brianna, which we'll get to the Brianna story in a second. I think this is the right build up for it. So it's kind of, I'm just like, did a staff member like, why are we doing this? Did a
what,
gym patron complain? Did they
what,
get filming permits and then like rescind them?
what,
It's just so
yeah,
funny to me.
because I mean, clearly the fact that they got the camera crew in there and they were filming it all, like they obviously got permission
Yeah.
from the owners of this gym to film in there. So it is interesting to me the thought that they would like it's like, did they not know like what the show like what was being filmed?
Right. I like to imagine there was a messy person on a stairmaster. Or no, I like to imagine it was a messy person who that was their treadmill, but then
Oh,
they had to close them off to be filmed. They
oh,
were mad as hell.
that
And
would
you're
be
like, who's this bitch on my treadmill? What are they filming in my gym?
that
So they
would be
start
my
Googling it. They come
that would
across the
be
show,
that
and
would
then
be
they're
my
mad as
mom.
hell.
My mom is always mad when someone's on her treadmill at the gym.
You think she would shut down a production over it?
She would.
So-
She's she's told me before, I'm gonna go grab that lady's ponytail. I'm like, oh, let's not do that.
Well, I like to imagine that the treadmills that they were on was someone's favorite one, and they were pissed, and they got that shit shut the fuck down.
Well, would you if somebody was using your preferred stairmaster?
Now, my little apartment gym, because I like a little private situation, doesn't have a stairmaster.
Oh,
But I wouldn't shut down production, but I definitely would be side eyeing them.
you,
I would go to the front desk like, are we doing this all the time?
Now they go to
and
the
then
front
go to
desk
the
and be
locker
like,
room.
are you aware there are porn stars filming here?"
Now, I don't know if I'd be able to do that level of sleuthing, tracking hoes down and cross referencing.
Well,
Well, also St. Louis is not a big city, so I'm sure they're like, "Oh, is that so and so? Are these the OnlyFans host show?" You know, between the only show, between the OnlyFans show being filmed and maybe that being knowledge, because I feel like if a reality show is being filmed in your city, it kind of
right.
gets around.
Well,
And
you
then the added addition of that Brianna as a public figure, our infamous figure, because
infamous,
she was a teacher and famously lost her job, which was a very big news there in one of
right?
the kind of outlier counties in St. Louis. So
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
and
a gag that she was the one who was wrecking her.
right. Well, I wanted to say because I do want to move on to our teachers because
Yes.
that's the real story here for me. But
Right?
one thing that I will that like sent me about them being kicked out of the gym was the fact that like they really were just there like working out doing whatever,
Right? No, they were yapping about like, oh,
like
what are you doing 3? You're doing 2.5?
just talking about their thing and stuff. And but what's funny is they got kicked out of there. Meanwhile, earlier in the episode, Tammy and Macy they went into the dressing room of that boutique to make content for their OnlyFans in a public place. They
Right?
went in
No,
that
they were
dressing room
girls
for
going
girls
woo.
gone woo. They I think they got their boobs out. They were bouncing up and down stuff in front of the camera, and it's
While
like,
their husband
oh,
do the shopping, chilling in the front.
that's it. It's like y'all doing this in the boutique dressing room and it's cool, but you can't even go work out in the gym anymore.
Right? In front of the cameraman, clearly, because that they just submitted their clips to be done, but
Yeah. But
I don't know.
that just set me out like that just that little brief moment of them in the dressing room getting topless and jumping around. Like, really?
Tammy Macy were up to some mess. Was part of that was they were kind of going on about like, oh, people like us because it's not just like content and produce. It's kind of like, oh, they get to see our lives every day. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, so you're like Kai Cenat, but you show your titties. I think that's what they were trying to put down. But I didn't know that there was that kind of like vibe that it's mostly live streaming. This is what I do. Occasionally
Right.
a little nip slip. I thought it was all just like produced scenes. So I don't know. There was like a live stream community to that extent, but
Just $5,000 showers.
right? I'm like, damn, I shower twice a day. Am I missing out on the bag?
Well, I'd say, yeah, no, I pay to shower. I don't get paid to shower. I pay for the water. I pay for the shampoo. I pay for the body wash.
Oh, your sacred shampoo.
My sacred shampoo, and I'm not. No, nobody's giving me a dime to take a shower.
Well, Beyonce, if you could turn to some sacred Miss Tina, we'll take it.
I'll, I'll,
No
I'll
one
even.
make something do too.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll do something.
You'll do some Bantu knots. Don't do
But
Bantu knots.
or no, okay, why not? Uh,
Please don't. Please
and
don't.
I'll debut them on the TikTok.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
but yeah, let's talk about the teachers. So we have Brianna and Megan, who both were teachers that lost their jobs as a result of their online content. Um, and it seems like for both of them, what sent me though was because like they mentioned that they both lost their jobs, it was a scandal and everything, but they also mentioned that they like taught across the hall from each other or something at the same school. I'm like,
Mhm.
wait, like, did this same school district deal with two of these scandals?
I
Um,
think so, because when I saw like a Reddit thread from St. Louis about the show, there were a few commenters like, "Oh yeah, this happened in my county. They're both teachers. One did this. One was like a cheer coach." And I was like, "Oh damn, it was like the same school, same district." So like, were they swinging? Were they sharing
that's
people? Like,
crazy.
and the thing is, we don't know the core of the drama because a big aspect of the plot and their relationship is that they don't talk anymore. They're
Yeah.
disgruntled from like the scandal and how close they were. And now
Well,
they're both in the group and coexisting, but
right.
Megan won't say why. It's my biggest reality TV annoyance. Like, they
Right.
ask her, so why did you fall out? She's like, I can't say.
Right.
It's like, girl, well, you're on a show.
Right. You're in front of the camera.
Which I'm sure it'll come out eventually and they're trying to build some tension, but
Oh
damn.
yeah. No, they're definitely like trying to like that's part of the hook to keep us interested. It's like, oh, let's
Right?
find out what happened here.
Because it's weekly episodic TV. You can't just binge all 6 episodes.
Right. They
So,
didn't just drop it.
which I'm glad. You can let it breathe a little bit. I feel like Million Dollar Nannies could have maybe benefited from that.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely watching that show as like a binge. I could feel that. Like, I'm like, you know what? Not everything needs to be a binge. Not everything needs to be a
Right?
binge.
I like a good part 1, part 2, but we needed time to digest, Leah and That one girl, all her crying, Taylor, and how Tamaya was so iconic. She made all them girls cry for no reason. But enough on the nannies. We're talking about
we're
the hot wives.
We're talking about the content creators.
The hot wives.
But
the teachers, there's a lot of scandal there. With Brianna, they kind of flash all the news articles across the screen, so we see how big it kind of got in terms of like, losing her job, going all over the community, people recognizing her now, can't really go back to that profession. So I see why she kind of went all in on it.
Right. I mean, yeah, you lose. It's like, well, might as well. I'm already fired. I might as well go finish her off.
Right. I would say though, in the pictures and from the incident, she lost about a good 80 pounds since then. Got some other work done. So I feel like she renewed her teaching license. I don't know if she'll get recognized. She changed her name. I don't know.
Right? She could go back.
But no, when I got to the teachers of it all, I was like, oh wow, this is serious. But that's definitely one of the professions where it's like, yeah, that's a slippery slope.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, you see like at least I have over the years, like sometimes you see like those viral articles about like this teacher got fired for this, and like I've definitely seen articles before about teachers getting fired for like doing OnlyFans or doing the camming thing or whatever. And I've even seen things about teachers who like are not actively doing it, but like got fired because they did it like 10 years ago when it came out.
Oh God.
It's like
well, that got toasty eliminated on Flavor of Love too.
One thing, some porn they did like a decade prior, like came out, and now they're getting fired.
Right. But part of it, like I get, because like now they're seeing it might be like a true harassment situation, especially for high school, because high school boys are fucking relentless.
Right. One
like if you're a preschool teacher, well, that might be worse. I don't
know. Well, I feel like at that point it's more of just like the parents feeling uncomfortable with you around the kids. Well, I mean, like I don't know, it's a weird thing because it's like I get it because like for parents, like they kind of trust these people to be around their children all day.
Right.
But also like we gonna judge someone just for doing a little hoeing online.
Right. I think the real situation is, why do the teachers feel the need to bust it open?
That's literally because I was watching the show with my mom and I was like, this is exactly it. We do not pay teachers enough.
Right. And I think Brianna did like briefly mention like, oh, teachers, you're bringing work home, you have to grade, you have to do this, you have to do that. Which is true. Like they're doing, you have to bring all that work home with you. You don't get enough prep time during the day. So it really is like beyond just like the 8 to 3, like the set hours. On top of that, if you coach a sport or something, there's travel involved. Like
no, if we
job, very underpaid.
If we properly compensate our educators, they wouldn't need to shake ass on the OnlyFans.
Right. So maybe the Missouri Department of Education needs to use this show as a vision for some reforms. How about that?
Exactly. But
maybe one of them should run for office. I don't know who yet. Give me to the end of episode 6 and I will determine the best candidate.
Okay. Who's the best candidate to run this sex positive platform?
Right. A little pro education stance. I don't know. I liked a little what I saw from Emily and her cat self, but we didn't get much of her or Heather. So
yeah, but we'll learn a little bit more.
I'll be tuned in next week. I'll be here.
I think the person that really did kind of captivate my attention the most was Miss Church Girl, aka Macy. I think just because like there's a lot of juice there. Well, because for one, so like because I knew of the concept of the show, I did not watch any teasers or trailers or anything like that. I just went in without watching anything. I didn't even read like any articles like introducing the cast to like learn about the girls. So when I went in, they did the introduction and everything, and then they had the shopping scene with Tammy and Macy. And Macy kind of like, when those guys started taking pictures, she was like, I had to go get my wig because I don't want people to see me and think that like I do the same things that Tammy does. So like I got confused for a second. I was like, wait, so like is she not like a content creator? I was like, I thought all of them were. So then when the gag comes, when she's like, actually, and it's actually the wig and the sunglasses are part of her shtick with her little I think that gagged me, like, and especially when she was like, my name online is Church Girl. I'm like, not Church Girl.
Right. So you're leaning into the funny mess with it.
Right. One thing, and then just like the more she talked and revealed, the more I was gagged. Like then when she revealed that like her dad is a pastor, I'm like,
I know. And then they film a scene. Her husband and her parents, and they have a lie that he's like a day trader, and then she's like a stay-at-home mom now. It's like a very tangled web to the point where I'm like, is this like real?
Right.
And they told the parents it was like a documentary on like parenting or
Suburban moms.
something. Which like it seems like the right web of lies. I can see somebody telling this to their parents and making this up, but it's also like
Right.
this is on TV. It's gonna come
Right. That's
out.
the thing is like,
Is this staged or not? But I'm here for it.
and that's part of her storyline going into this. Whereas for other people, they might be worried about like losing jobs or like whatever. For her, it's kind of like her thing is like, oh, I'm in the church and my family is in the church and all this. And she's like, I'm really worried about like what they're gonna think and like what this is gonna do. And that's like a really heavy storyline to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna tell my pastor father that I'm doing only yeah, or, yeah, I'm doing online all adult
Mm,
content creation. Like that's very captivating. I'm like, damn, that's a gag.
right,
And honestly, it kinda makes me hope that it's fake because I'm like, if this is real, like, this could be devastating for this
right,
family.
right. I want to know where was she for Preacher's Daughters 12 years ago? She would have been perfect for this show. Or maybe
She
she was
wasn't ready
behaved
yet. She
then.
wasn't
Maybe
ready
her
yet.
her act out was in the 20s in this. I don't know.
But, yeah, I think just, like and, yeah, like you mentioned, like, this is on TV, the fact that it's like, okay, it's, like, one thing to, like, wanna come clean to your family about, like, what you've been up to and what you're doing, but the fact that you're like, "Oh, also, I'm gonna, like, do this, like, while there's a reality TV camera crew filming us." That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, Macy, but that's why I like you, 'cause that's
You
crazy.
know, she's definitely the most captivating. I would say probably strongest confessional so far. She's definitely
Mhm.
most privy to the reality TV game.
Yeah.
I like that she's in the core group, but it seems like they have their own kind of like entangled drama, even though she's part of Mo Squad. Definitely
Yeah.
feels like Tammy and Brianna are like the close two, and then Brianna and Megan had their falling out. I mean, she's just like, I'm here for the vibes. I got enough shit going on at home. So I like that she's kind of like in it, but she kind of also has her own shit going on. But
Right,
I have a
right.
feeling it's gonna be a lot of Tammy and Brianna maybe jumping Megan or whatever's going on over there.
Mhm.
But like I will say, the moment I saw her on the screen, I was most captivated by Megan. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It was just giving thick bad bitch Megan Fox.
I
So I
mean,
was upset she didn't get the most screen time.
Megan is gorgeous as hell. She definitely I mean, I mentioned to you earlier that I kind of like that these women kind of like that they aren't that they look like a little bit more normal. Like, it's kinda
Hmm.
refreshing because, like I was telling you earlier, it's like, it's not like when I popped on the first episode of Serialized and Moralized, and I'm struggling to remember who's who and getting girls mixed up because they go to the same injectors and they get the same ombre extensions and they wear the same exact fucking Gen Z fashions. Like, I'm getting confused with those girls. So, like, with these women, it's kind of refreshing. I'm like, "Oh, okay, these really are just, like" they're not just, like, saying they're regular ass moms, like, they're actually, like, regular ass moms.
Yeah. Yeah, you see them interact with their kids, talk about school pickup and whatnot, making lunches and everything. Their houses look regular. I mean, they are homeowners, at least they appear to be. So
Right.
that that's great for them. But it's not like outrageous McMansions. It's very much like suburban living.
Right, and then, like, while we're obviously lacking, certain types of diversity here, because these are all white suburban
I
women,
mean, I
I
think it's just par for the course. I'm
I
sure they
will say
try.
that we do have diversity as far as, like, kind of like the aesthetics and looks of these women, the body types and everything like that. We've got some diversity there.
Right? I mean, they all have a kind of like a band geek energy to them, but we know the band geeks got freaky. We know the band geeks
Freaky as
got
hell.
freaky.
That one time at band camp.
Oh, tell me about it. I heard you were on color guard. You're one of the Twink Stone flags.
No, I never went to band camp. I never went to any kind of camp, actually, like, I think I didn't go to none of them camps.
Oh, you just went down to the ravine illegally and jumped off the cliff?
Maybe. Do you have a problem with that?
It sounds like something out of the Degrassi.
Okay, not the graphic. Well, you better watch out, otherwise Imma turn you into Drake.
Oh, you know
Just
what?
let's say we're making threats on the show now.
Now you want I'm gonna turn you into JT
Ooh. Okay.
with them
Well,
Lakehurst boys since you want to be ghetto.
ooh. Well, overall, like, kinda like, what was, like as the episode came to a close, like, what were you feeling? What were you thinking? Like, what's your excitement level for the show moving forward?
No, definitely built up because when they showed the little super trailer, I was like, okay, we're gonna get Emily some outsider dynamics. We're gonna get
Yeah.
Heather in the mix more.
No, the
Obviously,
husband
the whole
fighting.
Megan situation will unravel. And then they have like their whole personal lives kind of like, you
Mhm.
know, being explored as well. So I'm excited for what's to come. The episode started off a little slow because I'm like, why are we introing everybody doing these fake ass misdirects? Like, we don't know what we're watching. But again, TLC has like such a varied demographic that I feel like they have to kind of do some of those
Hmm.
linear TV basic. So,
Yeah.
once I got over that and we got to the meat and potato of the show, I was like, I will be here next week. But I said that about Poly Family. I think I watched like 3 episodes of them people, but are they getting a
Well,
season 2? Because I would go back and see the Poly Family girlies again.
we'll see what they're up to. I don't
Right?
know if they got season 2 or not, but I
That's right.
definitely I think I'm gonna keep up with this show because this definitely, I think, has now become part of the Sunday night lineup for me and my mom.
Oh,
We're gonna be watching
period.
this.
I know I do love a nice Sunday night show. It's like the perfect time to catch up right before the
Mhm.
Monday work night. So
Yeah,
I might make it part of my regular lineup. I mean, it's already on my DVR, so
right, it's there, it's there. But yeah, overall, like, by the time this episode was done, like, I was enjoying the premise of the show, I was enjoying how it was playing out. I like the cast of characters that we've gotten thus far, I see a lot of potential for entertainment from all of them. Um, and I like the husbands are a little activated too, especially when we saw in the preview of what's to come this season, the husbands are gonna be fighting each other a little bit. So, I don't know, I'm, like, pretty into it. I had a really good time with the premiere, and it was a good premiere because it made me excited for, like, more.
no, same. And I know TLC tends to do these like short 6 episode kind of teasers, see if the
Mhm.
show can find its audience, and I hope this
Yeah.
one does. But I think because they're going for this very standardized format with this, ex-wives of this, and tapping
Mhm.
into something that's taken over kind of like the world and social media with this kind of
Yeah.
digital sex work, real sex work
Mhm.
kind of vibe. So
Yeah.
I think it'll take off. It might be a slow burn, but and I'm intrigued enough by the women, and it's very scalable concept. They can bring it to other cities. They can add new
Right.
women to this show,
Right. I can see it. Well, I mean, kind of like we're seeing what the Secret Lives of Mormon wives now, where they're branching out and we're getting like an Orange County spinoff of that show.
right? With that Bobby girl.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
Oh,
Do you think Suki's gonna make any appearances?
I hope so. As a friend of.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, apparently the Polly family says there will not be a season 2. We're never doing reality TV again.
Well, they're
Well,
probably mad that like their tea started going around all over Reddit.
right? I mean, that was some strong tea. Those are some accusations.
I think serious accusations. I mean, that's my thing. Is it's like that thing. If I went on a reality TV show and immediately people are digging up craziness about me, it's going everyone. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Fuck y'all. Like I tried to come here and entertain y'all. And y'all want to do me dirty. That's how I would feel.
Well, you should know what you signed up for with the Learning Channel.
Well, I would never sign up for the Learning Channel. It, that's a my I would like to think I'm a CBS bitch, but I'll compromise on Bravo.
I think you're out TV.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay,
you're too good for out TV?
maybe. You know what? What I do know is I'm too good for Now That's TV.
Well, yes. Well, I feel like we should get both of our boyfriends together and try to get our own poly family show.
Okay, okay. We'll adopt a few kids too, make it interesting.
Oh, Lord.
Well, if Julia and Martina can adopt kids for television, so can we.
Well, I want a goat too. We're going full Julia Navratilova.
Well, if we're
I
going
want
if
3
we're going
goats and a
full if we're
giraffe.
going full Julia, I'm gonna start throwing things and screaming.
Oh. Well, I want 3 goats and a giraffe, and I'll ignore that.
A giraffe. What the
A
fuck you gonna
giraffe
keep
in
a giraffe?
Miami. In Miami.
Okay.
You think there's space for it
Miami's
in New York?
on fire. Uh, well, personally, I think this show is on fire, and if any of y'all listening or watching have not watched, The Double Lives of Suburban Wives yet, the premiere, I would recommend giving it a try. It's actually also if you don't wanna invest in it, they actually just today, as of recording this, they did upload the premiere to YouTube, which TLC normally does for their
Ooh.
new shows. They'll upload the premiere episode to YouTube just to kind of give people a taste of it to see if maybe they want to come over and, get a little subscription going to watch more. But yeah, the premiere is now on YouTube. So if y'all want to like go try it out without having to pay a dime, like go give it a chance. I think it's worth it. It's worth the 40 something minutes. It's a good time.
No, I recommend as well. And pay a little bit of attention, get to know the girls.
Right.
Or if you want to wait to binge it, you don't want to wait week to week, I would say do that. But you might miss out on the drama. You might miss out on the tea.
Right. You might miss out on the live exposés on Reddit and shit, which I'll be following.
Right. But this show doesn't really have one yet. Should we start one?
Well,
I haven't seen all the discussion.
let's start the
Maybe we need to
Suburban
own
Wives
it.
subreddit.
Maybe we need to own the discussion.
That's I'm gonna post the first thread. Macy, church girl or horse girl?
I mean, why not both? But I don't want to moderate that, so don't put that on us.
That's true. I could not imagine moderating a subreddit, especially nowadays, because they shut subreddits down with a swiftness.
Right? I don't want TLC yelling at me. Someone posted the whole episode. Like, okay, and
Yeah. What do you want? What do you think about that?
That's how the baddie subreddit be. It's like, oh, who put the whole episode?
Well, and Zeus is like a Zeus subscription isn't even that expensive, isn't it?
Right, yeah. But also Zeus doesn't have like the piracy protection. You know how if you try to screenshot or screen record another app, it's just black? Zeus doesn't
do that?
At least last I checked, but no, Zeus doesn't
I
do that.
remember I was so mad when I had Potomac pulled up, and it was one of the episodes where they showed the picture of Candace with Barack Obama, and I wanted to screenshot that for a meme, and it wouldn't let me. It kept her in black. I'm like, well, fuck this. So I had to go Google it.
You know, it's an annoying little feature.
Yeah, but I love the fact that Zeus doesn't have that. They don't
Maybe part of their next upgrade. I don't know.
But if you want to see us experience a little upgrade, give this podcast episode a thumbs up, a 5 stars, depending on where you're listening or viewing. And if you want to keep up with us across social media, feel free to hit us up. We are on a Real Milk Pod all over the place. We're on Threads, Instagram, we're on Twitter, or X, whatever the fuck it's called, Blue Sky. You may be watching this on YouTube right now. We're on the Clock app. We're on TikTok. Hit us up. Let us know give us some content ideas because we've been doing this weekly for a while, and we got to come up with a lot of ideas. So help us out. Give us some suggestions.
Right.
And if you like certain content, let us know. If you hate certain content, let us know.
And if you're from St. Louis or have any tea on any of these ladies or the situation, let us know.
Well, I think Detective Megan from the Real House of Orange County, I think she's from St. Louis. So Megan, if you're listening to this, why don't you go dig into some of these ladies, find out who's lying about cancer and stuff. But thank you all for listening to another episode of the On a Real Milk podcast. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day.